and they got a positive ID that one of them girls was my daughter. And you know, I remember back then taking that sigh of relief after 17 months. At least now I knew it wasn't what I wanted to know. By no means, it wasn't what I wanted to know, but now I knew. And I realized at that moment there was one thing worse than having a murdered child, and that was the 17 months that I was going through of not knowing. And you know what? When we got the initial call that morning and went out there, I truly feel as though I took that same sigh of relief. The second time in my life I've taken that sigh of relief of now knowing. So that's how attached I got to this case. It affected me in ways like my own daughter's case did, and after 900 and so many cases, for this one case to take that much of a toll on us, emotionally and physically and financially, when it didn't need to. Again, in the very first 10 minutes when I was there, it goes back to what George's friend said: the answer's in the bedroom and she won't talk. So
hey, Tim,
I've got a lot of things to be angry about, but you know, when I start getting angry, I got to remember one thing.
Tim, is there any
about Kaylee?
Tim, in your mind, is there any possibility that maybe this isn't Kaylee, or maybe Casey didn't have anything to do with it?
Absolutely, positively not. Absolutely, positively not. It's more than a coincidence. There's absolutely no chance that somebody planted that body down there after that water went down. I seen that area. I seen the dead grass underneath where the bag was. I seen the little indentation where something had laid there for a long, long time. That body had been there for a long time. And thank God Tropical Storm Faye came in. I think that really held it under there. It kept a lot of that stuff together. And that was truly a blessing in disguise. That the tropical storm was a blessing in disguise. I think if that body would have stayed in that bag very much longer at all, and the animals would have got into it when it was dry, they would have started carrying it off deeper in the woods to get away from all the traffic and the people walking down the street, and the little body would have been scattered out all over the place way back there in that thick underbrush, and probably never ever been found. So you know what, we never know why God does what he does, but thank God that he did create Tropical Storm Faye when he created it, and I look back and I think he created it just strictly for Kaylee.
Hey, Tim, we just have 30 seconds left. If you could just tell me, if Casey is convicted, what do you think should happen to her?
So you know what? It's right now. It's between. This is between Casey and God, and I'm a very forgiving man. And in fact, and this is true, if they would arrest the person that murdered my daughter tomorrow, I would go to the jail, give him a Bible, and hug his neck and say, "I forgive you. I have forgiven Casey." I don't know what drove her to that. I certainly can't judge. I've got enough skeletons in my own closet. Thank God this one is over. It's been a huge learning experience for everybody involved, and her loss isn't going to be in vain. I mean, now we've got a new branch in Orlando. There's going to be the next missing person. We're going to have people ready that are experienced to go out there and help the next family of a missing person. So, you know what? Let's turn some good out of this tragedy, and let's learn from it, and you know, let's get through this grieving process, and hopefully all that were involved, all that cared for Kaylee, will be allowed to go to a funeral to say their final goodbyes.
Tim Miller, live with Equisearch from Birmingham, Alabama.